He taps hammer to nail and doesn't look up.
Bastard.
Hey up, the beast is back.
Yet so quickly, we find source so dangerous. What in this day?
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth.
So, what's the news?
She ain't coming back.
So, heard any word about the stolen supplies? Come on, shortbread, out with it!
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer, the next divine will ascend, even if your kind has displeased the god so terribly of late. It isn't the words you speak, but rather that you speak them. Prophecy says that only our devotion will restore him to us. A murmur of prayer, constant as the ocean, can lure our savior back to us. So do I. Some blame the voice.
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were the beast, right? Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean. I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Papa Joris used to tell me, Losa, he'd say, Losa, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship, follow the rats. They'll find you a way out. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what. I've given a few shows around Reaper's Coast. Might be you saw a poster or a flyer. Might be you even heard about the, incident. Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great crowd. They were really feeling it. But I guess it was too good. I had me a little source flare-up. Everyone went a bit, I don't know, wild, rabid. I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards. Really? Are you hospitable too? Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's because you're like a clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied. Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? I can't be sure just yet. I'll be surprised if it's a demon. Definitely not a sprite either. Maybe a spectre, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So, how are you enjoying the joy? So true. And you can stay as long as your heart desires, free of charge. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be? Sounds fine. So, we're good to go? Yeah? Hey, wait a sec. It looks like you have all the company you need. Maybe another time, when you're a bit more on the lonely side. Till then.
See that heap of bark? That's what happens when you cross Griff.
Elfie should have thought twice before she crossed Griff.
Bishop Alexander and the Hammer are here. They're here.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
She don't listen to reason. Maybe you'll have better luck than I. If I have...
Irma? Ah, you're back. Please, did you find Irma? She still hasn't returned. Bless you.
Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
It's getting tighter. I can hardly breathe.
She's gone, Father. Gone.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just.
Hope you're behaving yourself, Freshie.
Huh? What you doing here? Didn't Griff already take one of them ears of yours? Bloody freaks.
Welcome to Fort Joy, brother. Coming from our lands, are you? Or were you already set up in Divine Orderville? Then you already know the score. But here in Fort Joy, we're even further down the totem pole. Hope you've got some snake face and moss muncher friends. You'll need them.
The priest's jaws might be sewn shut with fishing wire, so harshly do they clench at the sight of you. He speaks one clipped, precise syllable.
Son. I'm not offended by you, beast. No matter how foul that name feels to my lips. Just disappointed. How do you not know the price our people paid after your hasty revolution? Do you think your merry band could try to toss Justinia into the sea and the clouds would turn to rainbows? A storm of your making still rages, and whenever word of your deeds reaches our ears, lightning strikes. When your flunkies scream for revolution, I know what they're really screaming for, beast. And I know it's dwarven blood being shed. Duna forgives. Divinity forgives. I'm not so charitable.
His eyes burn, but his words are ice.
May the Seven bless you, beast. Our Father, who presideth over us all.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy.
You there, dwarf. I'm looking for an inmate. A smallish man, thick spectacles, prone to somewhat eccentric chatter. He wears a large bronze pendant with a dragon stamped into it. Have you seen him? None of your business, inmate. Find me if you hear of a me go. Otherwise, don't waste my time. Come on, old man.
Where are you,
I can't wait all day.
Pipe down, Flora.
The woman looks up as you approach, wiping her brow with a grease-blackened hand.
What do you need? Huh, the hammer got you curious. Yeah, funny name for a gal like that. When I knew her, the Feather would have been a likelier name. Oh, I dunno. She was a sweet soul, quiet, loved her family. Always seemed strong as I recall, but she didn't come across as no fearless military leader back then. She was just a girl. People do change, don't they?
She nods once.
Clever lass, her. No wonder what Alexander sees in her. Question is, what she sees in him. By all means, get an eyeful.
Go on, keep moving.
Enjoy your stay, Halfney.
She groans in pain, refusing or unable to acknowledge.
Sweet.
You there, dwarf. You looking for a match? Bet you make up for your height with a good strong sword arm. Isn't that right? Ha! That's the spirit.
Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Feel free to take a gander at the stock, if you're so inclined.
Worse than war rations, these.
What do you want, freak?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Move along. Need something in the kitchen, do you?
Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato. As you approach, he looks up, setting the potato, but not the sharp little knife, down on the table.
What? Who's asking?
He smirks and holds the little knife up to the light, watching it glint.
I'm listening.
He points the tip of his blade at the grisly sight of the elf hunched over, clutching his knees in the cage.
I solve my own problems. Can't help you there. If I could, I wouldn't be here peeling goddamn potatoes. Oh, they'll cure you of your sauce. Nightshade will cure you of an headache, too. Sure, have a look. Good stuff, huh? Worse than war rations, these.
Queen's beard. It looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh? Ha! Well, if that's the truth, then a little potion won't do any harm either way.
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
Not scared of a little elbow grease, are you? A fella ought to know how to put himself right. Go ahead and combine the mushroom with the vial. Once you've mastered the technique, you'll never need help from a crusty old quack like me again. Business savvy? Don't be profane. This is people's health we're talking about. And I get by just fine in the meantime, thank you kindly. Dane's as stubborn as an old steer. Says he don't believe in alchemy and won't accept a potion from me or anyone else. But Jack and Nape would rather die than drink something that ain't at least 30 proof. Still, my job ain't to judge, but to heal. Or if that fails, to comfort. Seems that's all I can do for old Dane anymore.
Oh, out my face, or I'll punch your lights out. Pint-sized prat.
You'll hie yourself to the grave.
He smacks your hand away, refusing the potion.
You're trying to kill me, ain't you? Get! Get! Those bleeding fools think they run the place, but I showed them. Sure. First, always win. Second, never lose. What are you? Some kind of idiot? Get your ugly mug out of here.
Our healer's walk is never done. Unless everyone's dead, of course. Why, look at that. Just what I ordered. Ain't you a peach, love? And old Dean here'd thank you too if he could. Poor fella over there crossed one of Griff's card sharks and got a club to the skull. Doomed to be sure, but I'd like to ease his way out. Lucky you came out of it at all. Plenty of folks around of here haven't, and it's me who ends up wrist deep in the gore.
Care for those seeds, my friend. The powerful foster life. Cowrie, cockle, clam.
You won't regret keeping those friends of yours at your right hand. Trust me.
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
When another divine arises, will Source change back? What if there are no sorcerers left? Yet so quickly, we find Source so dangerous. What in his death most? So the Voidwoken are attracted to souls.
10 bottles of mead. 1,000 bottles of dust. 50 bottles of tears. Oh, make the hinges rust.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just to this round.
Where is he?
Adults always want to talk.
Time to accept reality.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just to this round.
Yeah, what of it?
You are ever sodden, ever sandy. The smell of guts and sea waste cling to you like a ghost. You sought freedom, the life of a seaman, but you didn't find it. Early memories are overshadowed by a terrifying death, a tempest of teeth, scales, and snarls. You never imagined it would end like this. Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. You may wait here while I speak. Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a groveling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Drudenay leaves before slipping into a trance-like state. He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. After about half an hour, they wake up and begin to discuss what they saw in their dreams. The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer. You receive a withering glance in response.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this sting-tailed fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, the dreams themselves prove to be quite elucidating. Turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded House of Shadows. The dreamers, though, they're on my side. And they've visions of me on the throne. Of course it is. I was born with the promise of an empire, and that promise will be kept. But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer. A greater one. A more experienced traveler of the dream world. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So, let us make our escape and venture there post-haste.
You know, I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Drudenay.
Oh, do hold your prickly tongue.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sabine cups your chin between thumb and index finger, then guides your eyes to hers.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
To your surprise, Sabine proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then, the questions commence. You hear him yelp about the Master, lone wolves, and a man called Griff. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestine. Sabine heaves a sigh of satisfaction, and as she wipes her needle clean, shoots you a cursory look.
Chat's over.
Demon elf, how dare you strike down a dreamer?
Such is my prerogative. prince. And doubly so, my pleasure. Hmm? Something on your mind? It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him. Extensively.
She defies you with devilishly innocent eyes.
Can you blame me? There it is. I was wondering when your spying would make an appearance. Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still. The search for the Master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. And you know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. A fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?
Oh, hey! Hey! I thought you might be Emmy. It's nice to see you. I think I love you. Key? What key? Oh, the key! If you find out where it leads. If you see Emmy, not too far from here, but she was taken by a guy in a white robe. Lots and lots of dogs.
Finally kicked the bucket this in. Didn't think I'd miss his grumbling and boasting, but spirit like that leaves a big hole when it's snuffed out. Rest his soul.
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore. It turns to you with great effort, pain apparent in every movement, and madness screams from its wide, bloodshot eyes.
You. Quite lost. Quite lost. Careful, or they'll cross your wires. Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow? Quickly now, for I haven't much time.
The creature gingerly takes the plant into his bloodied hands. He runs his fingertips over the white flowers. His panting breath slows.
Darling, dear. Dear, darling child. Hello, Yarrow girl. Can it really be you?
The creature begins to weep. Fast, silent tears spill from his eyes as he clutches the little cluster of flowers to his heart.
For you, my ring, part of me, name of Migo. Thank you. You? What? What is it? Go. Told you, didn't I? They crossed my wires, hammer goes clang, and then the worms crawl in. Clang, clang, horrible old sadist. Filled my brain with holes. The devil lives inside her. Believe you me. Name of Migo, come out of Arx. My daughter's a magister. Pretty-haired Yarrow girl. She doesn't know about all this, though. Don't you dare blame her, pretty-haired Yarrow girl.
Boring.
Yarrow girl, you've grown, you have. It's been too long, my dear.
I've spotted something.
Yarrow girl, you've grown, you have.
wee reprieve from the den outside.
State your business. Certainly. You may not be a lizard, but your kind are hardly so bad as the humans. If it's trade you're looking for, I've made a habit of procuring items that can prove rather useful inside these walls. You, the Red Demon, the exiled pig! I'd heard they'd sent you here, but I'd hoped you'd have drowned yourself before crossing my path.
Your strike makes the lizard recoil, but he soon regains his bearing. Slowly, he draws his weapon.
When a slave strikes a master, the slave dies. You are a demon slave. You die!
Everyone tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. Magisters I handle, but small ones. Well, not your kind of small. You understand. You know what they do? They play a game called Scream. In this game, they see who screams the loudest. I feel the Divine's loss so sharply during Scream.
I know they help.
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though she couldn't have seen your face.
Hello, Sailor. Hello, Marcus. The spirits have left your mind, but they haunt you still. How long since you left the Isle of Mists? I see it before my eyes.
It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps. Your life is not your own. Your life is for us all. I cannot say more. You see someday.
Her eyebrows shoot up.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave. My protector, my friend, an elf like me, with a spirit bright as new leaves. He tries to help me, to save me, and he suffers very much. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish